So moving on to Mapcode in, we're at the library. We have this lame-o picture, but it is public domain, of a medieval bookcase. And what we're always looking for art, just as a special note. And our Joel Mithmerrill, our art director, will determine if the art is what we want. If you submit it, we pay $25 for its use, and it's non-exclusive use. You can use it elsewhere. We just are able to use it on our site or distribute it in the Adventure Workbook for the $25. And so so on to the room itself. But yeah, check out the submissions page if you're interested in doing that. And it has all the details of how you submit art to the site. This 15 by 15 square room contains a small library of about 2,000 tomes. A nest of giant spiders lurks in a network of webs. They stare back at you with multifaceted eyes. And so what we have here is Lucien is beneath the stairs. There's a lot of perception and disable vice kind of roles where he's down beneath the, not just beneath the stairs, beneath the floor, and there's a trap down there that he is springing, which causes a slide to come up and force all the party into the webs of the room so that the giant spiders can get them while they're trapped. So you start the combat after doing these perceptions, and Party Pip did not sense the trap, so they were all slid into the room, and luckily every party member made a save versus web. So nobody was hampered by the webs. Lucien came and attacked the apprentice, Claith, and poisoned him. And then a spider poisoned Autumn's daughter. And so it was a race against poison. Fortunately, Robert hit Lucien with a monster attack with his sword and did a lot of damage. Did over half Lucien's hit points worth of damage, even overcoming the damage resistance. And Lucien fled as a result, which was good to get rid of him from the combat. And Grazzo used the rest of his true strikes to end the combat as quickly as possible when they were attacking the giant spiders. And it was a race against the poison. And so they were reduced to a lot of stuff. And so the party then, a very important thing to find in this room is a whiskey flask, which is like a panacea, which neutralizes poison, cures moderate wounds, and cures disease. One peg of the whiskey, and there are 8 total pegs. And so the party did not make the DC 20 to find it, but then it's such an important thing to find. An unknown force will knock a book off the shelf, revealing the flask if the party doesn't find it on their own. And that unknown, and then it becomes an easier perception roll of a DC 10. And if they still don't get it off the 2 DC 10s, it's such an important thing to find. Just give it to them. That's how I usually say is, all right, you find that thing. So we wanted to do it off skill, but they really need to find that beneficial whiskey flask. And so then Autumn's daughter was then able to take a peg, which cured not only the poison in her, but also cured the filth fever, so we didn't have to worry about the filth fever anymore. Claith was healed and with a cure moderate wounds and got the neutralized poison, and so the party was in pretty good shape after that success. And then there's other stuff to find, and the library itself is kind of interesting, and you can use the library if you need to re-roll a knowledge roll that you fail, that you want to learn something that is important to learn. And so it's a nice feature. It's a nice little non-magical but beneficial thing. A tome of magical knowledge. Much of just history, all kinds of knowledge-based tomes are those 2,000. All right, so that's it. Mapcode in.